Into a story that's got Washington insiders running scared. Trump's latest move isn't just shaking up politics, it's redefining justice in America. Military tribunals for elected officials, jail time for the likes of Biden and Harris. This isn't your average political mudslinging. We're talking about a full-scale war on the deep state. So stay tuned, because our final thought will blow your mind, and you don't want to miss a second of this special report.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk with Darius. Thank you for joining me. I also want to thank you, those of you who have recently subscribed, helping me to nearly, what I would say, eclipse the 700 subscriber milestone. I appreciate all of you taking out of your valuable time, making me a part of your day. Now we're heading to 800, but my goal by September is to be at 1,000 subscribers. So if you know anybody who likes this content, and like I said, check out my channel. I have different types of content that I like going over. This is just things that interest me. If you find something on here that you like, please subscribe, share the video, comment, and like. So what we're about to check out is, as you just heard, the Next News Network, Mr. Gary Frenchie here is reporting on a very interesting topic. Trump talking about military tribunals. This is very interesting. Oh, yeah, I got a lot to say about that, but let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Now, patriots, we are in a battle for America's soul, much like Trump's fight against the deep state. For over a decade, we've been your beacon of truth, but now we are facing our own tribunals. The mainstream media, like a corrupt justice system, and YouTube, well, demonetizing us, silencing our voice. But just as Trump refuses to back down, so do we. So we're calling on you, our loyal supporters, to stand with us in the off. Trump's latest move has sent shockwaves through the Washington establishment. He's calling for military tribunals and jail time for top officials, including Biden, Harris, and even some Republicans. This isn't just politics. It's a declaration of war against the deep state. So let's break it down. Over the weekend, Trump shared posts on Truth Social demanding justice. Take a look at this image. You're seeing that right. Trump is calling for a televised military tribunal for Liz Cheney. The Post claims...
Now, the only reason Trump would even ask for something like that is it has to be legal. It has to be. Now, I know some of you are going to hate on him and say, no, that's Trump. Orange man bad. He's talking about being a dictator in the country. First of all, you need to go get context. For those of you who are honest dislikers of Trump, or honest Trump haters, or honestly, you just oppose Trump regardless. Those of you who are actually honest, for those who believe he's going to be a dictator, go ahead and check out the footage. Go back to that, I don't know what day it was, but which speech it was, but go back. I'm sure YouTube has it. And look at the video and listen to the context of that statement. He told us why he would be dictator on day one. And even then, he was joking. Matter of fact, I believe he said that when he was being interviewed by Sean Hannity. So go and look that up for yourselves. For those of you who are honest and objective opponents or in opposition to Donald Trump.
Is that she's guilty of treason. Now, we know that Cheney has been a thorn in Trump's side, but this takes it to a whole new level. And it doesn't stop there. Check out this next post. That's a rogues gallery of 15 officials that Trump says should be behind bars. We're talking Biden, Harris, Pence, Schumer, even McConnell. The list goes on. It's a who.
Man, this is so very interesting. This is so very interesting. This is so very interesting. I know of a case right now. Y'all can go look it up for yourself. I believe it's called Brunson versus, I forget the whole name of the case, but it's Brunson versus something. Look up Lloyd Brunson. I don't know if these are connected or not, but it sure seems like it, because there was a case submitted to the Supreme Court, and it may come out in the coming days, weeks, or months. A decision could be rendered by the Supreme Court, hopefully in favor of this decision. It has to do with the 2020 election, but it does not have to do with the 2020 election. It has to do with the leaders like this who did not take the time to just take 10 days to investigate the concerns of the 2020 elections, the fairness of that process. It is law, it is legal for the election to be withheld or stayed, or I think delayed for 10 days. That's legal. Again, those of you who are honest, look into that. I know those of you who don't care, or those who hate Trump, or those who hate Republicans, whatever, you're not interested in that type of information, whether it's true or not. But I'm talking to the people who are honest, who are objective, and all you want is the truth, even if at times it hurts your feelings. Go and check it out.
Who's who of the Washington swamp, and Trump is putting them all on notice. Now the left is in full panic mode. Just listen to this clip from MSNBC.
Can you explain how if Donald Trump even slightly pushes the envelope on this, which we know he will totally push the envelope, what this could look like in terms of, I mean, there are not going to be people around him who say, listen, I don't have immunity, I can't do that. That's not going to be the reality.
At all. And the way that you described him coming into office before is accurate. He didn't think he'd win. He surrounded himself with people that he thought looked the part and might be good at the job that turned out to be restraints on his power. The lesson he learned from that is get rid of all restraints. Make sure you only have loyalists working for you at the cabinet level, inside the White House, but also in the bowels of government. Make sure that anybody like a McConnell, a Liz Cheney, a Paul Ryan, anybody who has institutional power that could thwart you, get rid of them. They're gone. All of them. There's going to be no person in a position of power in Congress, especially if Republicans win the majority in the House of Senate, who you would say is a Trump critic that would put the brakes on the work that he would do. He's not going to have any of those people around him. Before, there's people inside of institutions of the government that most people haven't even heard of that could slow things down, gum things up. No, they know where those positions are now. They have all kinds of organizations outside of the campaign that are making sure they have the right people in place. Not only that, they're making sure that they have the legal argument for when they take these moves, that they could take it to the court and win. The courts have shown a proclivity towards siding with a lot of the stuff that Trump has wanted to do. So there won't be restraint. So what can he do with it? Even the things I just outlined there. He's going to think about using the military in a way he hasn't in the past. The Justice Department, throughout history, it's not necessarily written into the Constitution that there has to be this huge level of independence, but through tradition and through operation, it has been an independent agency. He's been very clear. There's not going to be an independent agency. He's going to have a loyalist as Attorney General. The Attorney General is going to get rid of anybody in the Justice Department that they see as a threat to his power. They're going to get rid of the cases that he has. He's going to start cases probably against the Biden family. He's been very clear in his own words. He's going to use that to go after his own critics. Yesterday on Truth Social, he's liking and following these social media posts that talk about creating military tribunals for Liz Cheney, for Mitch McConnell. Might be hyperbole, might not, but certainly shows you the direction that he wants to go. And again, there's nothing that I've said in this segment that he has not said or that his people haven't said.
They're terrified because they know that Trump means business.
See, exactly. They're terrified that they know Trump means business. Now, where are these same people coming out talking about the attacks on Trump and anybody in his circle or in his sphere, from his family on down to anybody who participated in his practically anybody, or at least those in powerful positions in the Trump administration going back to 2016 up to now? I mean, you just saw Steve Bannon, who used to serve in Trump's, who was a part of Trump's, I think he was the head of Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. Steve Bannon just was put in jail or in prison now. And so Peter Navarro, another person who should have been shielded by the not executive order, but the immunity under the executive privilege. Why did he have to go? Do y'all not notice that those who are pro-America, don't even think Trump, those who are in powerful positions, pro-America, yes, they're on Trump's side, but those are the ones being imprisoned. Just like right now, you have people in January 6th. There are people right now being arrested just for walking on the grounds at January 6th at the Capitol. Walking on the grounds. They weren't even a part. They didn't even go into the building. And yet you got the people like Liz Cheney's are out. You have God, what's that guy's name? He wore the hat. Some of you guys probably know. Let me know in the comments. He walked around in red hats inciting the insurrection, saying, yes, we need to go into the Capitol. We need to go into the Capitol. Many people believe he was an FBI informant. But anyway, this is very interesting that this is coming to the forefront, because I've heard of these type of scenario, the military tribunals, kind of underground, so to speak. I've been hearing that this is something like that has been going on, will go on. So let me know what you think in the comments.
not playing by their rules anymore. The days of the deep state running roughshod over our republic are numbered. Remember what Trump said at CPAC last year? Watch.
We don't have free press. We don't have free anything. In 2016, I declared, I am your voice. Today I add, I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
That's right, folks. Trump is our retribution. He's our warrior, our justice, and he's making...
And remember, Trump's retribution. He said retribution will be seen and experienced as his success, the success of his next administration.
Good on that promise. Of course, the usual suspects are crying foul. Liz Cheney had the nerve to fire back. Here's what she said. Yes, Donald, this is the type of thing that demonstrates yet again you are not stable, adult, and are not fit for office. But we know better, don't we? These people made their bed, and now they're afraid to lie in it. They've had their years to play their games, and now they're scared stiff at the thought of facing real justice. Even Lindsey Graham is getting on board. Listen to what he told CNN.
I want to get to a couple of important issues, sir, but you just warned of retribution.
Yeah. I warned that the Pandora's box opened by the Democrats is going to be applied here. There should be an investigation of Mayorkas and Biden for abusing the parole statute that led to the murder of Laken Riley. They let the accused killer out because of lack of capacity. They paroled him illegally. I think the criminality of the Biden border policy should be looked at. We should look at how people lied about the Hunter Biden laptop being fake when it was real. Yeah, I expect people to look at that. You had a January 6th committee looking at what happened on January 6th. I hope there'll be a committee looking at border policies that have led to the rape and murder of lots of Americans, people from 18 to 30 dying by fentanyl poisoning coming through a broken border. Yeah, I hope that does.
Graham is right. It's time to investigate the real criminals. The Biden border disaster, the Hunter Biden laptop cover-up. It's all coming to light. Let's not forget about the January 6th witch hunt. Trump supporters have been persecuted long enough. It's time to turn the tables. And make no mistake, Trump isn't backing down. In last week's debate, he made it very clear. Watch.
Your main political opponent is standing on stage with you tonight. Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to go after your political opponents?
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Did y'all see the way Biden looked? I know everybody talking about that. Actually, I got another video. It's going to be a comical one. I don't want to do it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. About when he froze on stage and Barack Obama had to take him off the stage. Anyway, but this is pitiful. This is pitiful.
Because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done. He's done horrible things. All of the death caused at the border, telling the Ukrainian people that we're going to want $1 billion or you change the prosecutor. Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo.
Right.
The truth is, folks, this is more than just Trump.
Right.
It is about restoring justice to our republic. The deep state has run amok for too long, and it's time to clean house. We're talking about people who betrayed their oaths, who have put their interests above the American people. Now, these aren't just empty threats. Trump's team is laying the groundwork. They're identifying the weak spots in the system, the places where the swamp creatures have been hiding. And when Trump gets back into office, you can bet he will hit the ground running. The left can scream and cry all they want, but the American people are waking up. They're seeing through the lies and the manipulation, and they're ready for real change, for real justice. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Patriots, make no mistake. This isn't just about politics. It's about the very soul of our republic.
Right.
Trump's call for justice is not revenge. It's a reckoning long overdue.
Yes.
The swamp creatures have had their run, and now it's time to pay the piper. Trump's promising to deliver what we have been yearning for, true accountability. Remember, our founding fathers knew that the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time. Well, folks, that time is now. The resistance to tyranny is obedience to God.
Amen.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video.
I agree 100% about submitting to God, and that will be the cure. That will be the key to succeeding over tyranny. Now, let me know what you think in the comments. I do find it very, very interesting that the conversation about military tribunals have now hit the public airwaves. Now, I don't see, well, yes, I do. You hear Rachel Maddow, she's whining and complaining, thinking she's going to be imprisoned or something, or Trump's coming after her, some of the other pundits coming after them. Here's the question. Is there any cause? Is there a just cause to come after you? That is the question. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this video, and I'll see you next time.